welcome to our channel Tech Garden Guru. So in this video, as a continuation to the part of Arduino R4 series, we will talk about how to connect the Arduino R4 Wi-Fi to your home router or your office router, whatever. So basically, the first thing that we need to understand is Arduino R4 Wi-Fi is one of the um, board which has a microcontroller as well as a wireless module on it. So as we see here, we have a expressive ESP32S3 wireless module which has a Wi-Fi and Bluetooth capability. So the ESP32S3 which is there supports Wi-Fi 4 uh, over a single band. That means 2.4 gigahertz. That means your router, if it is supporting 2.4 gigahertz, must connect it to your Arduino R4 Wi-Fi. So 2.4 gigahertz is a basic ISM band, right? So every router supports it. If your router is configured in 5 gigahertz, it might not support. Now, this for doing this, we need a few libraries from Arduino, as is done for all the boards, which makes our life simple. Because if you have to write the library from the scratch, it's a full scale development. Okay, for you who is using a Arduino R4 board and trying to use it for your application, we can use the inbuilt libraries. Okay, now this is the code for the Arduino R4 Wi-Fi to connect it to your Wi-Fi router. So for this particularly, we need Wi-Fi ES3 library. Okay, so in the libraries, you can search for Wi-Fi S3. Okay, so and see that you have installed the required library. Okay, and there are few steps which need to be configured in the actual output that you get from that library, and when you get a code from Arduino. So the first thing is you have to enter your username and password. Okay, SSID is your the Wi-Fi username. Pass is the password. So you have to enter your username and password such that it connects to your particular Wi-Fi. And the next steps, what we do is basically the one thing, we check the firmware version of the Arduino R4 Wi-Fi. So why do we need to check the firmware version is sometimes we might have connectivity issues when we are working with Arduino R4 Wi-Fi. It might not connect to your router. So for this, we need to check what is the firmware version. So it's always preferable to upgrade your R4 board to the latest firmware version. For now, we have a firmware version of 0.3.0. So the latest one has 0.5 version. So if you want, you can upgrade it. We'll make a separate video on how to upgrade the firmware. So this is here we are checking the firmware version and we are printing it. And going back a little step, here we have a variable which is assigned idle status. So this WL idle status is part of a enum in the library which has various codes. So here we have idle status, we have no module, we have connected. So all these are the enums that are present there, and based on the written status of the written values of the functions that are used, we compare with this status and see whether module is present or not, whether the Wi-Fi is connected or not. So as part of it, we initially has given idle status which is 0. Okay, and in the setup we have a serial port which we are actually configuring at 115200. Okay, so the the data that you see here on the serial port is done at 115.2.0.0. Okay, and then we are saying Wi-Fi connection test Arduino for Wi-Fi. Okay, this is just a print which is indicating that we are starting the test. Okay, and first check that we are doing basically, is there a module present or not? So if a Wi-Fi module is present, it is not present, it returns a 255, and then we print communication with Wi-Fi module failed. That means if there is any failure with the module or anything, this is the thing which we have to check. And as we said, once the module is checked, we will check the module firmware version here. And once we know that module is there, a required firmware version is there, we will try to connect. Okay, so for connect, what we will be doing is we'll be trying to read the status by using a function Wi-Fi big enough. This is the inbuilt function of the Wi-Fi S3, and it returns status. If it returns 3, that means WL connected, we are actually connected to the Wi-Fi, and it comes out of this while loop and prints connected to Wi-Fi. Okay, and it prints the Wi-Fi status. Okay, so what it prints is it actually prints the SSID. Okay, so this is the function you see here. There is a print Wi-Fi status. It prints the SSID. It prints the IP address. Okay, and it prints the signal strength. Okay, minus 40 dBm signal strength means a very good signal strength. It can go up to minus 90 and beyond as well. So as it the signal strength reduces, we have to bring the router and the Arduino R4 Wi-Fi together. Like for example, if your board is placed in a inner rooms in your house or something, or in an office, so you see that signal strength gets reduced. So this is actually one way where if you print this, you can also see where you are getting the best Wi-Fi. Even that thing can be tested using this particular code. So the signal strength is very very good here. Okay, and so that's what we are all the we are printing all the parameters, and we can see the print here connected to Wi-Fi. Okay, so that means in this loop, when it tried to call the method Wi-Fi dot big enough, it returns status WL connected. Okay, that means 3, which is WL connected um, okay, so now this is these are all the steps. So if we just as an algorithm, or if you want to do a flow chart for this, the first thing is we enter the credentials of your Wi-Fi. Okay, and we check if the module is present or not. We check the firmware version, and then we connect it to it. All these are done using the inbuilt functions of the library, as we mentioned. So this is the code, and we'll be posting this in our GitHub. And you can also actually, if you are using Arduino IDE, you can actually get it from the IDE itself by selecting the appropriate board. Okay, so thanks for visiting. Please post if you have any questions.